I'm Pastor Aaron Harris, and I wrote a book about money. In this video, you'll learn the 4 different ways that people can become rich. I believe that everyone in America has the ability to become rich, but I don't believe that everyone in America has the patience to become rich. So in this video, we're gonna dive deep into the 4 ways that people can become rich, and from that, you can choose your route to see which one will be best for you and your family. Let's get started with the most obvious and easiest way to become rich, and that is to inherit the money. Now, when I say inherit the money, I mean the money has been given to you from someone for some reason. And so most people get this from their parents or their grandparents. And so if you had parents that were rich or grandparents that were rich, it's really hard for you not to be rich because you really have to do something wrong. Like all that they have, they'll be passing down to you. And so when you look at it, that's just the most obvious. It's the first one. If you inherit the money, then you're automatically rich. And most of us watching this video do not fall in that category. So let's look at the other 3 possibilities and options for us to be able to become rich. The way that most people become rich is through long-term investing. That's why I said I believe that anyone can become rich. I just don't know that everyone has the patience to become rich because everyone wants to spend as much money as they can right now instead of investing your money. Now, if someone invested as little as $200 a month for 50 years, then they would be a millionaire. If they put it into like the S&P 500 over time, that money would just grow exponentially and they would eventually be rich. But a lot of people say, I don't want to wait 50 years to be rich. They say, I want to be rich now. And so what we have to understand is that the way that most people became rich was not overnight. It wasn't through the lottery. It wasn't because someone just gave them something. It was because they held assets over a long period of time, and gradually that grew, so they became rich. One of the investments that people make to help them become rich is investing in real estate. Now, when I say real estate today, many people are thinking about buying apartment homes or buying multiple homes or having a ton of rental properties. But a lot of people were able to become rich by just owning 1 or 2 properties. If you bought a home and got a 30-year mortgage on that home that you had, then you have the home paid off. Some people bought a home for $100,000 or $200,000 30 years ago, and then today their homes are worth $500,000, $600,000, which means that in those 30 years that they've paid the mortgage off, that now they have a value, their home have a value of $600,000, and that adds to their net worth. So if a person had 2 or 3 homes like that and 2 of them were rental properties, then you could easily see how that could be worth $1.5 million and they'll have additional income coming in. And so one easy way that a lot of people become rich slowly is just through real estate and allowing that home or that asset or that apartment complex to appreciate over time. Another long-term investment is stocks. When a lot of people think about stocks, they think about it like playing the lottery, where they hope they pick the right company that's going to shoot through the roof, like Amazon or Apple. And they feel like, oh, if I could just get this startup company and I know it's going to take off and I can be rich. Yes, it's true that some people did get rich and grow their wealth in that way. Most people do not get rich that way. Instead, what they do is they buy mutual funds or index funds, and those are a group of companies mixed together so that you mitigate your risk or you limit the amount of risk that you are taking by having an index fund or a mutual fund, putting some bonds in there, and then having those grow at like a rate of like 10% each year. So if you're doing that, when you think about like a retirement account, most of our retirement accounts are tied up into index funds or mutual funds and a mixture of bonds and other things that just helps our money to be able to grow over time. So if people have a retirement and you're putting money into retirement each and every month, and your retirement can easily grow to 500,000, 600,000, a million, $2 million, depending on how early you start investing and how much you invest each and every month. And while your money is going and is growing, then that's overall helping your net worth, and it's helping you to become a millionaire. So imagine if someone has a $600,000 paid off home and they have $800,000 in their retirement account, then they have well over $1 million for their net worth. So we've learned that the easiest way to become rich is through inheritance. The most common way to become rich is through long-term investments in things like stocks and housing, or stocks and real estate. And now let's look at one of the best ways to become rich that many people will say, which is to have a high income. What most people try to do is they say, I want to make as much money as I can. And if I could just have a high income, then that can place me to become a millionaire. You can look at this: football players, basketball players, many people that aren't necessarily business owners but have a high salary or a high income automatically are able to become millionaires or rich overnight. But when you're looking at people, most people think, oh, if I could get a six-figure salary, if I could just get a raise, if I could get a promotion, if I could climb the corporate ladder, if I could just keep moving up and making good moves and wise investments, then I can become rich and I can become a millionaire. So that's what a lot of people try to do. They try to get the best job that they could get. They try to get the most money on their job that they could get, as many raises as they could get, as many promotions as they could get, and as high of a position that they could get, because they believe that that is their best way of being able to attain and grasp wealth, to be able to become rich. And that is an option, and it's a good option for some people to go and try to climb the corporate ladder and to be as successful as they can and make as much income as they can. But in addition to that, there is another option. The other way that people could become rich is by being a business owner. Now, when you are a business owner, you have no cap on the potential income that you're able to make. It goes through the roof. So if you look at all of our billionaires are business owners. They actually own businesses themselves, or they're part owners of businesses. That's how most people, or pretty much all billionaires, become billionaires. So if you want an unlimited cap potential on how much income you can make, then you really need to look at how can you get involved with a business. And that's also the way that people grow wealth the fastest, is that they become a business owner. But you have to be careful, because it's also the riskiest, because most businesses do not even make it to the 3rd year mark that start off. That means you have a high chance of your business failing or closing when you start it. So my recommendation for you is to not put all your eggs in one basket. If you fail, get up and try again. Don't feel like the first thing that you try has to be successful. Just know that if you fall down, you could get back up and you can keep on trying, because that is it's not an easy way. It is the hardest way for you to go and become wealthy and successful, but it is the most rewarding way for you to become rich, and it has unlimited potential. So those are the 4 ways that you're able to become rich: through your inheritance, long-term investments, to be a high income earner, or to be a business owner. So if you like this video and you learned something, and watch the other videos on my channel, which are all about financial literacy.